Okay, so here we go. A little bit on the ground there. I'm trying to do it. So this is 15-20 mils of floor clean. This is a 5-gallon pail. And oh, my bad. Now, how much is left there? I don't want to give it all. About 7. So 2 of these are about 20, 25, each. I like to give it a little bit more than what it says. Yeah, so right, what we just gave it there was almost, about 30 probably. It needs 25. But anyway, it's the last dose, so I'll give it a little bit more. There. So, this, as I showed you before, a 5-gallon pail, a long time ago. This is the FloraClean. Now, I never told you to give it before. I was just telling you about it, that we're getting ready. But the FloraClean is the final thing we're going to do. As I've been watching these over the last couple of days, I realized that timer error we had at the very beginning, which was 5 days, I want to cut off half of those days because these are getting very, very close. Now, that's why I say go 14 days flush, because if you need to cut them a couple days early, you're going to be okay. And with giving them the FloraClean, you're really going to be okay. So, that is exactly what we're going to do. I am going to water these now. I'm going to give them a good dose, really, really good. You want to, when you give them the FloraClean, you want to make sure you really hammer them. This is going to be the final really good hammer water that you're going to give them. Now, these right now are supposed to be, day 50. But I'm going to say that they're closer to day 53. 52, 53. And as I show you the plants, you're going to see. Now, I got all the gavitas and everything are on right now. I got everything open here right now. And that's because I've been going through. And as you can see, everything looks a lot more thinned out from when it was before. You can really, really see underneath there. And the reason I've done that is because, well, number one is I'm trying to get the light down to the bottom. But number two is we're trying to get any type of yellow leaves. At this point of time, some of these bigger fan leaves are starting to turn purple, and some of them are starting to get a little bit of that yellow and the curl. And when they start to get that curl, they'll wilt up at the ends. When that happens, cut them off. And when I say cut them, I don't mean use your fingernails. As the leaves start to get a little bit textured towards the end, the stalks start to get a little shittier to grab with your fingernails. So if you don't want to wreck your buds, use scissors. Use something very pointy, like these. You could even go a little bit longer to help you reach into the buds. Now, when you're using scissors, don't cheap out. Go to the grocery store and buy scissors that would cut you if you hit them onto your skin. Literally, these will cut you. If you give them a little snip, they're cutting you open. Sharp scissors are very, very important because when they start to guck up, if they're not sharp, they're a pain in the ass. So anyway, what I like to do to get the leaves off of the buds is I like to pull the leaf down. And it's hard for me to do it when I'm filming, but I'll pull the leaf down and then I will get right in there until I can see the stalk, and I'll give it a snip. So it takes 2 hands to do it. Okay, now I'm going to water these with the FloraClean, and then we're going to come back and take a look. I'm going to turn the gavitas off, and we're going to use the ceramic metal halides, and we're going to take a look, and we're going to do a lot of bud shots. So we're just going to be going around bud to bud and just checking them all out. And I'll get my hands around. You can see the width and stuff of them and everything. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so welcome back everybody. This, I forgot to tell you, is the Grow Tent Guru channel. This is Master Shalator. We started off our video doing a little bit of watering, showing you how to use the FloraClean. FloraClean is something that you're going to use, and I've already told you this, if you have salts that are still in your plant. Now, if you've been feeding on a feeding plan or feeding program, chances are you've probably got lots in there, because they always tell you to put more in there than you really are supposed to. I've told many people before that going literally 50% is plenty. Just give it to them every feeding, every time you water, every couple of days. Just make sure like every 2 or 3 days they're getting hit, and just give it 50%. And by doing that, look at the remarkable run we just had. And we don't have a lot of salts left in there. We've already been flushing for over a week. This is day 52. So we are doing excellent right now. We have 8 days left. We basically have a week left. Now, I just checked. I was using my loop. This is one that I use. This is not the one that you use for the final one, but it just did not want to work. I gotta get it onto the camera here. See? Just didn't want to work. But when I focus in with the camera, you can see. Now, they look very white, the trichomes, but under the loop, a little bit less white. They're almost there. They are literally almost there. They're getting white, but there are no amber yet, and there are still some clear. You don't want to pick it until you see at least 1 or 2 little amber trichomes here and there. If you're seeing that you have probably 70% white and 30% clear, you're not there yet. You are not there yet. That means that you have some exploding calyxes to happen and extra weight to put on. You will put on most of your weight in the last 2 weeks. Your buds may look big, but in the last 2 weeks, they can do a lot of pumping. Okay, so you want to get that last 2 weeks. It's really important to let it get to the end. Now let's see how big these, remember I told you these are not huge pine cones that we're going to be doing. But they're rocks. Every single one of them is a rock. They all look very white, the trichomes. But that's just the camera. See, that's just where I picked You see where I cut? Right there. That's where I cut one of the leaves off. Nice and clean cut, right? Man, what a beautiful, beautiful strain. The 12-inch Pornstar is just a remarkable strain. Now, I have been doing, like I said in the beginning, I've been doing some plucking. I've been going around with my scissors and I've been thinning it out because we've got 8 days left, maybe even less. And we're just going around plucking and plucking and plucking. And by the time I'm done, I'm going to have it thinned right out, because they're done doing all their bulking growing from big leaves. We don't need fan leaves anymore. You really don't. You just need to not stress the shit out of it so that it can finish its flush. But a little bit of stress towards the last couple of days, as long as you've got your flush, that's okay, because it apparently causes more THC to ooze out of the glands, so they say. But I don't like doing that. I like making sure that I've got the full flush before I stress it out, because it can shut the plant down. You don't want to shut it down. It's the last thing you want to do. Gorgeous, right? And just to give you the depth perception, now you see what it takes in an 8x4 tent to pull out 4 pounds. That's straight up, no problem. And when you have the right strain, a bulking strain that is like a commercial type strain that just grows pineapples, you can pull 5 pounds out of here. Fucking rights you can. You can pull 5 pounds out of here if you do it right. You spend enough work. You don't have to train them. You just grow them the way that I did it. See, here's the deal. I don't have to train anymore. If I was going to run again, which I'm not, I do have a fishing trip that I am going on. And so some people are like, well, with all the COVID shit, how are you going to go do that? Well, I guess I'll tell you. I have my own boat. I have my own 29-foot command bridge. So we're going to go out and catch some halibut on my own boat. So I'm technically allowed to do that, since the people that are going with me are close friends and family members, and we're only going to have 4 people on the boat. So we can social distance on a boat that's 29 feet long. We sleep on the boat and we do all that. We don't need to use a hotel. And because it's my boat, I can push it a couple of days. As long as everybody can, and they said, yeah, don't worry about it. It's all good, as long as we're going. So I'm still going on my trip. And that's important, because I mean, fucking fishing for halibut out in the Pacific Ocean that's kicking ass. Trust me. We go 25 kilometers offshore, and I bring a shitload of this dope with me, and we smoke doobie after doobie, sit out there, listen to tunes on a pounding system, and catch big fish. But first we got to grow this. We got to finish it. And I tell you, I don't like to push and rush things. Last year I rushed a crop so I could go on my fishing trip, and I cut it down literally before I left. And I felt bad because I was rushing it, I was grabbing it, and I was just hanging it, and I wasn't doing it the way that I normally did it. And everything turned out pretty good. But I felt bad. You go months to get this done, and then you just cut it all down and don't take pictures and, just friggin' grab it and hang it and go. I swear, I hung it all in like 20 minutes. So, yeah, that wasn't, you spend that many months, you want to do it properly and pluck off leaves when you're hanging it, try to get any yellow ones off and stuff like that. So that's why I like to do it right now, because it's a huge benefit to start any type of yellow leaves. They get to grow right into the bud. And then when you go to trim them, they get these little yellow pieces in there. So that's why I like to monitor them. And take a look. I had a whole bunch I moved before the video to make the video look better. I'm not going to bullshit you. Sure, I had a couple. This is the time with 8 days left, you're going to be losing leaves. So don't be lazy. Get in there with your scissors like I showed you. Pull the leaf down, grab the stem, cut it off, get rid of it. You are going to save yourself a lot of work. This is the time right now where you've been going hard on it, you know? You've been going hard on it. And you've got months into this. Don't get lazy on your last stretch. Folks, this is the final round, all right? This is the final round. You've gone 12 rounds. You've got Mike Tyson sitting in front of you, and you are about to knock out Mike Tyson. All right? This is the bottom of the ninth, World Series. You're up to bat, and you're about to hit a home run out of the fucking park. And everybody's about to go, woohoo! And on the back of your jersey, it says 12-inch fucking porn star. Hell yeah. And then on the bat, it says Grow Tank Guru. Anyway, you get the point. You've been going months to get to where you are, and you've got it looking primo. Don't fuck up your last little bit. Do everything that you need to. Pluck off those leaves. Get in there. Check everything. Make sure it's all good. If you find a powder mildew spot or something, get rid of the leaves. You got a couple days left. It happens. If you find a bug, get rid of those leaves. Cut that area off. Do what you have to. Don't cut the plant down, just cut the leaves off. They don't live on the buds, they live on the fucking leaves. There are no bugs or any of that type of shit in here. But you never know. Do what you need to do to get the distance. That's what growing is. It's going the distance. This takes months. Many things can go wrong. But not this time. This run was beautiful. Oh, no. We did have something go wrong. Hit the brakes. Remember, we had that timer error. But we worked through it. There was a point where I was like, maybe I shouldn't do it. You know, I don't want it to. What if the plants go fucking harm me or something? You never know what's going to happen when you have a timer do that. But it was early enough, and I said, fuck it. We're going to do it, and we're going to show you. And I'm going to run through it, and we're going to give it a little bit of stress medicine, B vitamin. We'll do what we need to. We'll monitor it, and we'll keep our fingers crossed. And voila, booyah, magic, right? Because we did all the necessary things, and we were at the end. So I made sure they were nice and pretty for you. Let's take a look at the pretty buds. And check out the purples. Remember, I promised you lots of purple. See some of the hairs now. Take a look. See how they're getting really skinny? Take a look right there. That's what you want them to look like. See, there's two different kinds of orange ones there. There's the thicker ones, And then there's the really, really thin ones. They look almost a bit darker. That's the ones you want. You want them to look like the dark ones. You don't want them to be thick orange. You want them to be the skinny brown ones. So they're getting there. They are getting there, folks. But they're not quite there. Look at the purple. Man, that purple's gorgeous. I love it. It's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, everybody, I don't know. Do you want to look at some more buds? It does not matter where you look. You're getting straight sugar. Trying to keep as still as I can, but they are moving. They're all moving around, right? The wind and stuff. But look, everybody, thank you for joining me. I'm going to be back in about 2 or 3 days. We've probably got about 2 more videos left before we're done. Maybe 3. I know that everybody has been, who's been watching this all season long. I thank you for being with me and for joining me. And for those of you in the future that are watching, I suggest you go back and watch. This is video 25. There's 25 of these. This is right from the beginning when we set the tent up. If you're a new grower, go back and watch these, okay? If I can get you here. I can get you here. But you need to go back and watch all the videos. All right, so let's just go really quickly through. If you're watching still, that means you're a true grower. You're kicking ass. You're watching. Let's just go through everything here. Nighttime is about 15 degrees right now. Daytime is about 23, 22 degrees right now. Not even, sometimes 21. And the gavitas are off now. I've left. The gavitas are off full time. I'm just leaving the ceramic metal halides on. That's it. The gavitas will go on, for my bad. They're going to go on for about 4 hours a night right now. That's it. I want these firm, hard, and tons of sugar. They get lots of light right now with the gavitas and the ceramic metal halides on, but the ceramic metal halides are doing enough. So temperature during the daytime, 22, 21. Nighttime's 15. Humidity is 30 or below. And I didn't even pH this water. I just left it. It's probably 6.3, maybe even 6.4. And that's fine right now. It's just got the FloraClean in there. Now, the reason we don't give the FloraClean too early, because it will, and this is very important, I'm going to tell you in the next video, we don't give FloraClean too early because it will strip out things too quick and you are going to have to feed in the last couple of weeks. It can literally yellow your shit off in days. So, be careful when you give it to it. Make sure you're in your last week. That's why I suggest flushing for a week before you do it. Everybody, Master Shelator, Grow Tent Guru, I'm out. We will see you next time.